Are you serious?
I've got a fire in my eyes. I'm burning brighter than the sunlight. You orchestrated my escape. Now I'm awake. I feel alive for the first time. You ignite the fire in my eyes.
Hello, folks. Welcome. One more edition of the Brother Marcos radio show, broadcasting through the airwaves and the data flow of Radio Redemption and Power Network and the Kapow Radio Network. Good to be with you one more week. You know, this is the first show of our third year. Can you believe it? Can you believe it, my friends? Third year of the Brother Marcos radio show. Thank you very much for your time and for your support and your audience. Some of you I know have been with us from the start, and I really want to thank you because, you know, you are the motivation for this show. Okay, that's why we do the things we do. Yes, exactly, because, you know, we are separated by distance and we haven't met face to face, but we will one day in heaven. If you are a follower of Jesus Christ, if Jesus is your Lord and Savior, be sure that we're gonna have time to meet all of you. Yes, because you're gonna be there with Him for eternity. For eternity. It's a long time. I promise to meet each one of you. But meanwhile, I want to thank you. Thank you for being here. And I thank God. I thank God for giving me, you know, the endurance and the time and the ability to do these shows. And I ask for more wisdom and more subjects and issues. I don't think that subjects will be a problem, because this year, my friends, it's going to be a very energetic, a very complex, a very complicated year. I'm sure that lots of things are going to happen because we're in the final push for the new world order of the Antichrist. We are in the end times. We know that we are living in the times of the externalization of the hierarchy. And, you know, from the books, from Alice Bailey, the occultists, the theosophists, you know, they had this hope, this misguided hope that, you know, one day people would be ready for the New World Order and for the teachings of occultism and for the coming of Lucifer. Yes, they're all excited. I don't know why they're excited, because, you know, Jesus wins in the end. And actually, the Bible tells us otherwise. It tells us that the devil knows that his time is short and that he is very upset. You know, he's not happy. People in the theosophy circles, they're happy because they have been blinded by the devil, because they have been deceived. Okay? But the devil, he knows very well what's going to happen, and he's not happy. He's not happy. So I'm sure that we're going to see one final push for the New World Order, and who knows, maybe the Lord will come back in this year. Can you imagine? That would be great. That would be great. But anyway, let's jump to the subject of this show. This show is about the counterfeit love. Everybody talks about love, okay? It's love here, it's love there, and but do people really know what love is all about? And I think, my friends, that this is a very important topic, because it's going to be the basis of the New World Religion. A false, a fake, a counterfeit love. Okay, we're going to discuss this in the second part of the show. First, let's take a look at what's happening all around us. You know, very, very complicated situation here, because there is a movie. I used to love Pixar movies because Pixar movies, they had family values. They displayed the innocence of children, okay? But unfortunately, Pixar has been sold to Disney. And we know what Disney is all about. It's all about the gay agenda. And even the CEO there has been for a long time a champion of the gay agenda. He's very well known in the gay circles, okay? So, unfortunately, they are into all kinds of occultism, especially since that Lion King movie. Very beautiful movie, very well done, but promoting all kinds of occultism and shamanism and even the concepts, Hindu concepts of reincarnation, the circle of life, which is basically Buddhism and Hinduism, and a very sad thing. And now we have the movie about the dinosaur, okay? About a dinosaur, the good dinosaur. And you see, this is a movie for small children, and they are so dishonest, and this is what really makes me mad with those people. It's not only that they are lost, they don't know who God is, they don't know Jesus Christ, they're going to hell. The problem is that they're completely dishonest. They have produced, my friends, a short movie that plays before the good dinosaur. I mean, every Pixar movie, I think, they show a short movie before the main attraction. But this time, you know what they did? There is a short video, okay? And it's all about a young boy, and his name is Sanjay. Sanjay, okay? He's a person from India, okay? And so what do they show us? They show us his father. His father is there, and he is meditating, Hindu worship, and he calls his kid in order to join him in his religious practices there. But Sanjay, the little boy, he prefers to the superheroes that he sees on TV, so he really doesn't want to really go into the religious crazy practices of his father, okay? But the little boy starts daydreaming, and then he has a trance. Yeah, he has a trance. He's possessed, okay? And you start seeing the demonic Hindu gods Vishnu, Durga, and Hanuman, okay, in a battle against a demon made of smoke. So this is all, happening in his head. So can you believe that? Who Hanuman is that God with the face of a monkey. Hanuman, that's his name, okay? He's actually a demon, okay? Because 1 Corinthians 10 tells us, but I say that the things which the Gentiles sacrifice, they sacrifice to demons and not to God. And I do not want you to become sharers in demons. But you know what they do? They show these things to our children because they're dishonest, because they're malicious, okay? They are Machiavellic. Instead of saying, come, I'm here to promote my Hindu beliefs. No, they do this thing in order to show the Hindu beliefs like it's a good thing, and they show these things to Christian children in a Christian country before the main attraction, okay? Nobody knows about that. So this is completely demonic. This is completely, even disregarding religion, this is dishonest. This is despicable, okay? Despicable what they did. Pixar, you're dead to me. Unfortunately, was good while it lasted, okay? Was good, yeah. I like that. The movie Cars, the movie, the Toy Story. Very, very good movies. But now, come on, you're dead to me. You are liars, you are deceivers, you're despicable, dishonest people, okay? So you stay there with your demonic gods, because I won't watch Pixar movies anymore. Bye-bye. Okay? And that's what they're doing. They're trying, at the same time that they try to destroy the little souls of our children, they're also destroying, trying to work with their bodies. Oh yes, I see here an article. At least 231 children abused at Catholic's boys' choir, run by whom? By Pope Benedict's brother. Oh yeah. Do you remember that pope? That pope that was and is not anymore? This sounds like a prophecy. The pope who was and is not anymore. Pope Benedict. Yes, the one. The Joseph Ratzinger, the one that was into the Hitler Youth when he was a boy, the Nazi pope. Okay, the Nazi Pope, the head of the Saint Inquisition. Yes, that one that resigned. Did he really resign, or was he forced to resign? I don't know. We see here that his older brother, he ran the famous Regensburg choir from 64 to 94, 30 years, okay? And during this time, at least 231 children were victims of physical abuse. I mean, can't believe that. This is a very old choir, very traditional. It's 1,000-year-old. And, it's located in Regensburg, Bavaria. Okay, the south, the Catholic part of Germany, the south of Deutschland. Okay? So they have like allegations now and people coming to testify that they have been abused by the priests there, okay? And 70 interviews with victims uncovered that abuse took place from 1945 to the early 90s. I mean, this is amazing. Okay, 50 victims, boys. I see the boys here, beautiful boys, innocent boys. But not innocent anymore after they go through the hands, they pass by the hands of this man here. 50 victims spoke of 10 perpetrators. Oh, I see here a picture, Pope Benedict with the members of the Regensburger Domspatzen choir. Okay, so, I mean, come on, don't you think that the Pope didn't know what was happening there? I mean, probably everybody knows, okay? There was a system of sadistic punishments connected to sexual pleasure. I mean, come on, sick sexual pleasure. Okay? So that's here. Several other German institutions have also been engulfed by the ongoing clerical abuse scandal, including an elite Jesuit school in Berlin, which has admitted to systematic sexual abuse of pupils by two priests in the 1970s and 80s. So you see, it's a Jesuit school. So, we had problems with the brother of the old, the former pope, and now we have a Jesuit school also, okay, doing systematic abuse of boys, Jesuit, just like the new Pope Francis. I mean, come on, this is sick. This makes me crazy. Okay? In February last year, the Regensburg diocese said there were 72 victims of abuse. I mean, these were the victims that they admitted. Okay? It's probably 1/10 of the total. And offer compensation of 2,500 euros each. Your kid is violated, is raped, okay? His emotional life, his psychological life is destroyed forever, and then they give you 2,500 euros that they got from the faithful. I mean, they didn't work for that. It's not like they got from the people who go there. I mean, this is completely demonic. And these are the men who are there telling us, that we need to love each other and that we're bad people because we don't love the the Muslims, that we are bad people because they're not giving money to the poor. This is, this is the kind of people that people actually listen to. They idolize, like Pope Francis. They idolize these people. So you see, my friends, there's danger all around us. I mean, come on, what are you thinking? If you're a Catholic, for Christ's sake, okay? And I'm not using the name of the Lord in vain here. I'm really, that's what I mean. For the love of Jesus, think about Jesus. I mean, don't send your kids to this kind of institutions. There's abuse. There's all kinds of scandals. Please protect your children. I wonder. I mean, come on. Parents, maybe you didn't know before, but now it's all over the press. Please protect your children. Okay, that's what we have, my friends. The Hindus showing, their propaganda, evangelization, in a dishonest way, deceitful way before the movie, and the Catholics raping the children, and now we have the Kabbalists. You see, the most important Kabbalist in the world, a guru to billionaires, he's going to jail. Yes. Rabbi, they say that, actually they say Rabbi. Yoshiyahu Yosef Pinto is a celebrity in Israel and among financial and real estate elites in New York. Yeah, very rich people. A sage whose followers include the leaders of Israel's business elite. He's the descendant of a Moroccan Jewish saints, a Sephardic hero, master of Kabbalah, the ancient tradition of Jewish mysticism and magic. My friends, he's got at least $19 million. That's his fortune, his net worth. Okay? And vast sums that he controls through his various non-profit organizations. But he's also a felon, convicted of bribing an Israeli police general. Yes, he lost his last appeal to avoid jail, and he's finally going to jail. Okay? Well, he is a Kabbalist, my friends. But you see how those people are all into magic. This is black magic, okay? Kabbalah is Gnosticism with black magic, with contact with demons and evil spirits. Okay, rituals, spells, all kinds of it's basically black magic, Jewish black magic, and all those guys, very, very, very rich people. They're all into it. Okay, that's one of the reasons that they get so much money. His followers include leading Jewish real estate magnates like Ofer Yardeni and Charlie Kushner, politicians like Anthony Weiner and Eric Cantor, Jewish leaders including celebrity Rabbi Mark Schneier and Malcolm Hellenlein, the head of the Conference of Presidents of American Jewish Organizations. Okay? Followers believe that he has supernormal powers, psychic powers. Many said he can read minds. Others say he has the ability to bless everything from business ventures to political careers. And also he can curse enemies. Okay? He only speaks Hebrew. He's soft-spoken. Keeps his eyes partly closed. A very pious person. Okay? The better to detach from worldly concerns. He dispenses advice, blessings, and amulets. So you see, my friends, that's the way it is. That's the way it is. He's associated with all kinds of crooks. This is all a lie. This is a demon-possessed person. Probably he has some powers. Probably he knows what's happening, in the families of those powerful people. So they get so amazed because he knows. Oh, how can he know what happened to me when I was a child? It's the old spiritist trick. because demons told him, familiar spirits, he can receive, actually he can receive messages and information from the familiar spirits that are with his clients, actually, okay, because they're all, nobody there is following Jesus, so they have lots of demons, okay, familiar spirits. Yes, my friends, and now he's going to jail. Isn't that great? I think it's great. I think he's great. He tried to flee to New York, okay, but it didn't work. It didn't work. Yes. Very, very, very sad. What else do we have here? Okay. Okay. That's it. That's it. It's a liar. It's a demon-possessed person who loves money. Yes. Very interesting here. Another article saying here that David Bowie, the person that I can't stand anymore. You just go to the internet, you go to the CNN, you go, watch television, you read the papers. It's all about David Bowie. It's like, the man, he was a Satanist, okay? And now we find out that David Bowie found Kabbalah before Madonna. Oh yes, my friends, he was singing about Kabbalah in a song in 1976, and he was talking about the magical movements from Keter to Malkuth. Yes, these are basically emanations. Kabbalah, it's all about Gnosticism. You have that impersonal cosmic bubble, and emanations flow from this thing, okay? And then they create the tree of life, that the Sephiroth that they love so much, that drawing, the little circles connected with lines. Everybody has seen this, so he was talking about the connection between those emanations and everything. And also in his album there is a picture of him drawing the tree of life, okay? And he is wearing a very strange costume, okay? And in his last movie, in his last video clip, the music clip that he produced right before he died, he was wearing the same outfit. Yes, exactly the same outfit. And I see here, I see in Facebook people saying, "Oh, his song, he made a song called Lazarus, so he probably accepted Jesus before he died." Come on, my friends. He was wearing the same outfit. It's just a message. Like, okay, if you know my work, you know that I was drawing the Kabbalah tree of life wearing this outfit, and now I'm wearing the same costume. So having to the same thing. Come on. Bye-bye, David Bowie. We're going to stop for a minute for a commercial break, and we will be right back after 1 minute.
In a recent double-blind study from the Institute of Prophetic Studies in Southern California, researchers concluded that humans who listen to the Freedom Friday Hour with radio hosts Paul and Linda Villanueva on the Kapow Radio Show Network were 111% more intelligent than their reptilian counterparts who did not listen to Freedom Friday, but instead were busy destroying mankind. Researchers also concluded that Freedom Friday listeners were better looking than their four-eyed, two-legged, freestanding Gila monster, turtle-faced reptilian counterparts. So, share your good looks and smarts with others by telling them to join you here on the fabulous Freedom Friday Hour. Your human friends will thank you.
Okay, my friends, we are back. We are back, and we're going to talk. Let's dive right into our main subject of today. We're going to talk about the counterfeit love. Everybody talks about love. Isn't that true? Okay? And people think that they know what love is all about. The love, there's romantic love. But now there's one love that is even more dangerous than romantic love, because romantic love, it makes a fool out of you. Okay, but at least it's enjoyable. And at least it's directed to someone else. But we have a new kind of love that I'll tell you why this is important. Because, my friends, Christianity is basically a moral religion. Okay? Christianity, it's not about knowing all the details of the universe, because if God really wanted, he could have taught us all the secrets of the universe, and I think he will when we are in heaven with him. But my friends, he's much more interested in your moral choices, in your actions. What did you do with your life? Did you help your brothers? Did you love your neighbors? What was the whole message of Jesus Christ? Love your God with all your heart and mind, all your will, and love your neighbor like yourself. That's basically the whole message of Jesus Christ. So if you destroy the concept of love, you destroy Christianity. Do you understand? That's how the devil works. That's how the devil works. It's like the novilingua. Have you read the novel 1984 by George Orwell? When they talk about the novilingua, that was the way that the government used it, to create confusion. One word started to mean something completely different, so people could not really think anymore. That's how they do. This is an old Marxist tactic, okay? They get like a word, like liberal. Liberal means something that likes liberty in the whole world. But in the United States, it means a Marxist. Because they change it, the meaning of the word. Another one, gay. Gay used to mean a happy person, a carefree person. Okay? He's gay, he's carefree, he's glad, he's happy, he's joyful. But now means something very different. So that's the way they do it. They change the meaning of the words. And that's what the devil wants to do with the word love. Because love, it's at the core of Christianity. Okay? So we're going to see what they are doing with love. And let's check. I went here to the website of Eckhart Tolle, the German guy with the nose. He really I should not say this, because this is an ad hominem attack. Ad hominem attack is when you don't have arguments, okay, to fight some idea, and you start to insult a person. But I cannot help myself. He has the nose of a pig. Every time I look at Eckhart Tolle, I think about this little pig, because he has this snout of a pig. He really it's just like a character of a pig. Poor guy. That must be one of the reasons of his depression, demonic oppression when he was a child. Okay, but enough nonsense here. I digress. I was here looking at Eckhart Tolle's webpage. Okay, very well done webpage. I like the graphic design. Very well done, really. This was done by a very good, and probably very expensive advertising agency, I can tell you. And what he says here, love, he has a whole section to talk about love. Love is a state of being. We Christians, we think that love is an emotion and is also an action, okay? It's an emotion that provokes an action. But here, see what he says. Love is a state of being. Your love is not outside, it's deep within you. You can never lose it. It can never leave you. It's not dependent on some other body. In the stillness of your presence, you can feel your own formless and timeless reality as the unmanifested life that animates your physical form. You can feel the same life deep within every other human and every other creature. This is the realization of oneness. This is love. So you see, my friends, for the New Agers and for the occultists and for the Luciferians, love is not a feeling that provokes an action, okay? Because as we're going to see in a minute, in Christianity, love, looks towards another person. Okay, you set your eyes in a different person and not on yourself. So love is dependent on some other body. It's really the contrary of what he's saying here. What he says here actually is that love is like a force. Like in Star Wars, like prana, is like a life force. Okay, but this is a complete error. Okay, he says, to access inner stillness and oneness that connect us to the deeper state of being in which we experience love, we need to create gaps in our stream of thinking. He means like stop thinking. Here are some practices. Then he says, it's basically meditation. Okay, because he says here that feeling the oneness of yourself with all things is true love. Okay, so they substituted a feeling and an action, a moral choice, that's what love is in Christianity, for feeling a force, feeling a life force, like in Star Wars, like the prana, okay, this energy that is around all the universe according to them. And they say, if you really meditate, and if you stop thinking and you do rituals and occultist practice like meditation and yoga and all these kind of things, if you empty your mind and stillness, all these things, then you're gonna feel this energy. And when you feel this energy, it means that this energy is everywhere, so you feel connected with people. But love is not necessarily connection, my friends. You can help someone and not be connected with them. It only means that you're going to do something in order to make that person feel better. You have consideration, compassion for his well-being. I don't see any kind of compassion here. What he says here is just, once you feel you're connected with other people through the divine spark, the Gnosticism, then you realize what love is. But this is not love. This could mean, actually, if he was honest with what he's teaching here, this would mean some kind of occult spiritual connection with all the universe. But necessarily this is not love. Love is the wrong word in order to define this. It is the wrong word. He's changing the meaning of the word love. Okay? And meanwhile, he says, let's all meditate, let us all do ritual practices in order, of course, to find and to meet an evil spirit. Because that's the end game of all the mystical religions. There are no mystical religions without contact with evil spirits. Okay? And then they have, astral projection, they have feelings of bliss, they see lights, they see visions, and they start hearing voices, listening to evil spirits, contacts with what they say are masters, evolved masters and things like that. I mean, it's all the same thing. I mean, there's nothing new about this. What is new is that this kind of love is being taught all around us. Do you remember we talked about the video where the Pope Francis, was saying that all religions, they lead to God, and that people seek and find God through the false religions? Do you remember that? That's the push for the New World Religion, for the one world religion. Okay? And then in the end of that video, they all say, I believe in love. I believe in love. There's the Jew, there's the Muslim, there's the Buddhist, and the false evangelical. They all say, I believe in love. because love unites them, But how? It's not they're not doing that. That's what I say all the time. They are not doing anything to help each other. They're just meditating apart from each other, far away from each other, never having any kind of interaction or interference in the lives of other people, never helping, okay? Never giving them a piece of bread, okay? And, and Jesus was very practical. He said, if you give a glass of water to some other person, you're doing an action of love. But these guys, no, they stay at home or in their beautiful churches and monasteries and temples, making a lot of money, and then they just meditate, and then they feel they're connected to the other people. This is not love. This is not love. This is just, spiritual masturbation. I'm sorry for the word, but that's what it is. That's what they're doing. They're just enjoying some kind of feeling, okay, that the evil spirits give them, and they just, I meditate, and I feel this way, and I think this is love. But this is not love. This is not love. And you see, my friends, this is all around. This is permeating our culture. Just check your Facebook page. What people say, you see like ladies with their little dogs, and they're, oh, I love my dog. This is love. Okay, you know what they think it's love? It's like that book. Eat, love, and pray. I'll get a lover. I'll get, I'll fornicate. I'll get several different boyfriends, and this is love because I'm enjoying love. Okay, you can love your cat. You can, it's never really an action that requires sacrifice, as we're going to see here. It's just a false, a counterfeit love. I was reading a book this week about this woman. It's very interesting because she never really cared for her father. She lived apart from her father. They had many problems, a terrible relationship, and I'll tell you, to be fair, the father was not a good person. But anyway, when the guy died, she got the ashes, and then she started a journey. She traveled to different countries to just spread the ashes of her father in the beaches, in the volcano, in several different places. I mean, come on. And she said, no, this is love. Is this love? I mean, the guy is dead. You're doing that for yourself, lady. You're doing that, to write a book. Or even if it's not for the book, it's because it's for yourself, for you to feel good with yourself, because you're doing something that has this spiritual facade or facade. Facade is in French. That's why I make a terrible confusion. I think that in English people say facade. Okay? So, my friends, that's how it works. People they have this. This veneer of spirituality when they do the things they do. So, what would have been real love? To forgive her father, to visit him in the nursing home, okay? To call him, every day or 2-3 times a week, and just give him company and talk to him when he was alive. That would be real love. That's Christian love. And so let's check what really Christian love is. Okay? We have here many, many examples. In Luke 6, we read, do to others as you would have them do to you. So you see, Christianity, my friends, is a religion of action. Okay? We see here action. There is an external body, okay? In opposition to what Eckhart Tolle was saying, that love does not require a external body. Yes, Christianity requires an external body. It's called the neighbor. That's why Jesus said, love your neighbor. Who is the neighbor? Well, the neighbor is the guy who is there wounded, laying by the road in the Good Samaritan parable. That's the neighbor, Jesus explained. And the guy didn't, the Good Samaritan, he didn't just walk by and said, I'm going to meditate and I'm going to feel love towards you when I feel that I am connected to you through prana, through the mystical energy of the universe, and that's real love. So bye-bye, take care. Take care, see you. You can die there because I'm going home and I'm going to meditate and listen to some Eckhart Tolle's tapes. You see the difference? The Good Samaritan went there and helped the man, took him to a place where he could be cared for, gave him money. So these, my friends, are concrete, real actions. Okay? Luke 6:35. Love your enemies, do good to them, lend to them without expecting to get anything back. Then your reward will be great and you will be sons of the Most High. Okay? Love your enemies. Do good to them. You see, one thing's linked to the other. Do good is an action. Love is an emotion, but they are linked. They go together. Okay? That's the way it works. Mark 12. The second command is this: love your neighbor as yourself. There is no commandment greater than these. So, that's why I said, if the devil destroys the concept of love, he destroys the biggest, the second biggest commandment. Because how we love God, we also love God, and we have actions. We have to show actions towards God. And the actions that we show to God is that we obey His commands. That's what Jesus told us. Okay, you wanna love God. If you love God, you would obey my commands. If you loved me, you would obey my commands. That's what Jesus told us. Okay, so emotion never is something separated from actions. Even when we're talking about loving God, much less, when we're talking about loving the other people. Because it's much easier for us to do something for other people than it is to do something for God. Okay? God likes obedience, but we can give a piece of bread to our friends, to our neighbors who are in need, or a word of advice, a word of comfort, a telephone call. A telephone call, yes, my friends. Just to check, I just want to say how you're doing. I just want to know how you're doing. Can I help you with something? Just know that I'm here. 1 John 3. This is how we know what love is. Jesus Christ laid down His life for us, and we ought to lay down our lives for our brothers. If anyone has material possessions, again, actions, and sees his brother in need, but has no pity on him, how can the love of God be in him? Dear children, let us not love with words or tongue, but with actions and in truth. You see, compare what Eckhart told us, that love is just knowing the mystical connection. Okay? And here we see the Apostle John saying, let's not love with words or tongue like Eckhart Tolle, but with actions and in truth. Because Eckhart Tolle is not loving with actions, and without a doubt, he's not loving in truth. It's very dangerous, my friends. It's very, very dangerous, because this is the kind of love that they're selling, where you don't need to do anything. I'm not even talking about sanctification and holiness. No, I'm only talking about love here. It's a kind of love that is totally focused on yourself. It's a selfish love. It's selfish. Because if you spend your time meditating and only thinking about finding this deceitful force, energy of the universe, you're only thinking about yourself. You may fool yourself thinking that you're improving the status of the whole human race, but you're only thinking about yourself. You're not doing anything for anybody. You're not helping anybody. So it's a big lie. But they use the word love because people want to say that they're loving people. You see, it's all about love. My religion's love. I love the universe. That's why I meditate the whole day. Okay? And then they can just go on with their lives, making money, looking for pleasure, and they think they're loving people. Okay? So you see, my friends, do not be deceived. Okay, try to do something for other people. Galatians 6, therefore, as we have opportunity, let us do good to all people, especially to those who belong to the family of believers. This is one of the main responsibilities and the main missions of the church, is to help each other, to do good to the family of believers. We have to help ourselves. Okay? Of course, teaching is important, worship is important. Okay, but it's not all about missions and helping missionaries. It's about helping, the common folk that goes to the church, the people sitting right by your side. Okay, that's it, my friends. I'm really sick of I'm really sick of the Pope and all these people talking about love, and a kind of love that you have to be warned. Because if you're a Christian and you see, that Jew, that Buddhist, he's talking about love, and immediately you think about the Christian love, but that's not what they're talking about. It's right. When New Agers talk about Christ, they're not talking about Jesus of Nazareth. They're not talking about the Son of God. They're talking about the concept, about a different Jesus, about this avatar, about this mystical being that comes from the Buddhist heaven in order to inhabit and give wisdom to several different people. It's like a position. It's not a being. It's not the God of the universe. So they use the words, okay, in order to get some kind of effect. Because who would say, I'm against love? Nobody would say that. Okay, so when they show that video, with the Jewish person, with the Muslim, with the Buddhist talking about love, how can you disagree with them? Nobody can disagree with love. Who's going to say that love is a bad thing? Nobody. The problem is it's not the same love. They're not talking about love. They're talking about something different. Okay? They're talking about a mystical union with the spiritual energy of the universe, which basically is the light of Lucifer. We know that. Okay? All right, my friends. You have been warned. Okay, you know what they're talking about. Nobody's gonna fool you. All right, and that's our objective here in our program. It's just, try to teach you about the schemes of the devil, and most importantly, about the need to be close to God. Because if you're close to God, you are protected. If you know what real love is, and you're practicing this in your life, and you're doing that in order to please Jesus Christ, you are protected. I'm sure that you are. I know that God will give you wisdom. Okay? Thanks so much for your attention. I hope you have enjoyed this show, and I hope that we're going to meet again next week, God willing. Bye-bye.
Wow, and into your cup now.